the numpad. I don't use binds, apart from grenade binds. I don't use buy binds, because I just buy. I've been a text menu buyer from the old school days anyway. Double HEs through the window, and Draken is filled with regret as he and his cape make their way towards the pit position. It seems that he will exchange positions with his teammates, so he'll run distraction as he is the expendable man now with all of 6 HP. Not a good start for Draken.
Yeah, it's smart though that they're playing ultra passive behind that together as a team. You don't want someone getting picked off in a forward position. Draken's only able to be useful if his teammates are taking shots for him at this point. And you want him to be useful. He's alive, after all. And he might be actually taking an aggressive peek. I don't know how deep he's going to go with that angle. You know, currently it's an off angle where if a T player comes into his crosshair, they'll be checking another position first. And that's kind of the point of the peek that he's making there. But alas, for Ancient, you know, they will not be seeing any action towards A, it would seem. Freddy B is going to be receiving a full frontal assault here by the big team into that B bomb site. He's going to get completely nailed. And this is a terrible, terrible retake for Ancients.
All right, they have utility. Rusty can smoke off Banana if he can get into position, either behind this wall. Okay, there's another way to do it. There's like at least three different ways to smoke off that Banana position. He's got a pop flash as well. He's got a second one, so it can go towards the pool, for example. We see players moving through that smoke on Banana. Flash over the roof, but is it coming too late? So 3 versus 5, and no one's taking any damage just yet for Big, and now they do. But they're getting all the frags. And you see Dennis, at the very least, will get a cheap upgrade for his helmet, which means he gets the AK. And that's a very solid round from start to finish by Big. The double HEs, beautiful. Not what Ancient wanted to begin with, but we want to see some promise from Big. We saw promise at the beginning of the previous map, and we see some promise here. Just a pistol, though. Plenty of Counter-Strike to come. What do the CTs choose to do? It'll be a force buy, 1 scout, a bunch of pistols, and plenty of Kevlar and grenades.
Draken really wants that peek. He will not find it, though. But he might find one a little bit closer up. Big will slowly be spreading around the map here. They've got banana control. And now they are soon to have top mid once those smokes go away. I think Xantares on an AK here, looking for a pick. And the flick will not land with anything. Freddy B needs to be very careful. It's very tempting with a Deke there to go for the peek. The quick sort of jiggle, fire a shot and hope to get a headshot. But if only a flashbang could come in here. They don't know if how committed Xantares is. Freddy B's trying to get info and trying to bait, and it actually looks like this might work out for Ancient a little bit because they've got 3 players on the B bomb side, and that's where the push is coming once again.
3 players here. There could be dangerous flashbang. There's a dangerous CZ on Rusty, but there's no trade. He's on some damage though. Dennis with a 180, but he can't get another frag. Big have walked into a bear trap, it seems. Leg caught. And they can't move too much because it's a 2 versus 4. Smoke grenade to buy themselves some time and limit the pushes from Ancient. But there's still a flashbang on Grux. He's far back by the well, so that could be timed with a peek from Draken once that smoke goes. But can they wait for that smoke? They don't have a defuse kit. They've smoked off the banana position. That might tell Big that no one's coming from banana, so they can focus on the other 2 places. There's a flashbang, 1 kill, but Tizian's taken out. Xantares has survived. He's only got 13 HP, he gets 2. Won't get the 3rd one. Is there time for Grux, though, to defuse this bomb? It's going to be a close one.
Oh, back.
Would love to see it. There we go, thank you. And just in time, the bomb will be defused. Let's
Nice.
slow down on those buttons, production.
All right, well, that is a little bit shocking there for Big. It's just adding insult to injury at this point. You know, it just seems like they can get something going and then they lose a very shocking round. It's a good effort from Xantares. He's like the guy you want in that position, him or Tapson for sure. But he couldn't take all of them down. So much work to be done. Force Blight will come in though, off the back of the bomb plant. Here goes Rusty though with the MP9. He's done some good damage behind the back of the flashbangs. And now they can fall back. 5 versus 4. The weaponry is not as good on the Big team.
They had an AK and 4 MAC-10s. Now they've got an AK Galil and a bunch of pistols. A slight downgrade. Well, a significant downgrade. Lots of player rally as well, so indeed we did see some success with Big. Didn't last very long. That is a very meaty grenade, and there's a nice follow-up from Xantara. It's very deep. There's not enough time for Ancient to react to that. Or is there? Freddy B with the spray through the smoke takes another player out. The rifle can be collected. However, there's a man advantage for Ancient. They are pretty well prepared. There's a HG and a Molotov towards the barbecue area. God B tries to hold things down from the pool position. We've got a boost. Tabson spotted. Where are the other two players? There are some grenades are big as well, but Tizian's miles away. He's just now left the mid position, and he is far too late for him. He can't even go to retrieve a rifle. There's going to be upgrades for Ancient as they start to defuse the bomb. Not sure what the play was there towards the A side at the same time, but it didn't quite work out. Flashbang might have been useful. Even from the bottom of Banana, a jump throw over the roof could have done something, but I guess the position wasn't there.
Yeah, it's an odd one. Expecting some kind of rotation through mid, but ultimately it looked very awkward for the players on the bomb site regardless. That said, Disco Dotplan did do some crazy stuff with that MP9. Like, he just ran out the smoke and instantly got 2 kills with it, one of which was quite a distance from him, but we get 2 AKs continuing on for Ancient here, so they're going to be feeling good about that one. And this is as long as they can survive this round, it's a good start to their CT side. You can see that Big will force up everything into this round. They really don't want to let Ancient run away with things, round-wise or economically speaking either. Pace will be fairly slow at the beginning of the round for Big, and also for Ancient. They're not really testing all that much. They're just, happy to sit back on their default positions, playing passively on both bomb sites. And that's smart, because this is the kind of round where, they know they're bigger, either eco or force buy, and you don't want to leave anything to chance.
2 HP of damage. Not really worth it on this occasion. Freddy B with a little jiggle. You can see Rusty's holding a grenade. Freddy B spots. Rusty throws. Ooh, he's going to throw early, in fact. Beautiful headshot from Freddy B. Great start from him, and he's able to fall back a little bit. He's got some counter grenades from his teammates, but Tabson has crossed the choke point. The grenades continue, the delay tactics. Big don't have position elsewhere on the map, so this smoke is quite the problem. It's going to run the clock down. Freddy B, after showing that presence, will reposition. So there are 2 players on the site, and Doplan's on the way. If he can get to the well position in time, once the smoke goes down, surely as there is a flashbang through the smoke. He's holding the flash, you can see on the radar. They are waiting for great timing. With 15 seconds, that could be very ruinous, but the headshot comes through before the flashbang. There will be a short delay, but if that was a little earlier, then who knows? 8 seconds to plant this bomb. No one's trying to just yet. In the smoke, they are now, and they're just about going to get it. Doplan behind the smoke, spraying, but they can punish his traces as well. Every third bullet will reveal the position. 3v3 retake for Ancient, make it 2. Xantares takes Doplan out. Very aggressive play towards construction.
Yeah, Xantares is not really messing around at this point on Inferno. He's keeping them in this one, and it's still very dangerous for Draken coming in. He's got an incendiary. That could be everything here, because they're playing the setup at the back of the bomb site, but Crux couldn't survive. He peeks a bit preemptively there, doesn't let the incendiary do its work, and Draken's now just looking for damage control. How many kills can he get as they try to make their way out? Well, Xantares is going to end his life as well, so quick 4K for Xantares. He's up to 11 kills and 2 deaths. It's been quite a performance from him. He's single-handedly saved. Oh my god, look at the kills on Big. 11 for Xantares. Got to be a 0, 2 on Tizian, 1 on Tabson and Dennis.
That's what I want to see.
Right, okay.
I want to see Xantares with all the frags, but I have to say, that is a really... There's such a small situation on that B bomb site for Ancient, which absolutely ruins them. The peak from coffins to try and find the perfect timing for the flashbang has maximum punishment. A headshot from the T side. If that doesn't come through and that flashbang has good timing, then who knows? The clock is so low. That is unreal. If they didn't lose that man in such a situation when they had the plan holding the flash, I think that bomb's not getting planted and the round is won. But such is life, and such is Xantares with an AK-47. So here is the peak, or maybe not. But it was such a key frag. Before that flash comes in, there were enough smokes up to plant at the front of the site. So I think Big realized what they needed to do. They couldn't really clear the entire site, so they had to go for the gamble plant in the wall of smoke. But if there was a 2-man crossfire through that smoke, I think that really would have been quite brutal for the T side.
Yeah, I completely agree. It's an interesting spot, though. I think you know, it can look amazing sometimes when one guy goes really crazy and gets all these kills and so on, but over time, you know, that's not a sustainable solution, given that there's so many positions to deal with in this game, and you can't do it all by yourself. So I'm looking forward to seeing Ancient getting on top of the AWP situation. I would love to see how the game looks then, because that's when the real CS starts to happen, when we get these full buys from Ancient. But I don't think we've really gotten there just yet. It's been quite a scrappy game thus far. We see a big buy from Big, though, after the win of the previous round. Only a couple Deagles and a CZ to really threaten this round, and Big have had some upsetting rounds, but this is unlikely to go the way of Ancient. They are out of position. That said, they may catch the back of the players moving up middle. If the timing is good for them, that could be perfect, but no. They'll avoid seeing those players in time, and now those players will be able to defend top mid. There's a spray from tabseN. It's beautiful work there. He looks to finish off the rest, and it will be Xantares to do so, it seems, as he's the next one up, stepping up to the plates. Happy to take the taps there, but the flashbang comes in. I think it's from a teammate. That's going to be the end of Xantares. How many more kills are these pistols worth?
Nothing really to lose here for Ancient. So they can try and collect something from this round. Big looking to take the lead. A fantastic, excuse me, a fantastic start from Xantares. But how long will it be good for? It's often said it's not about how you start, it's about how you finish. Dennis, he's moving the, that's beautiful. So he's moving the weapons away from top mid because the explosion will send them down mid. So if there's a CT at the bottom of mid, they have a chance to collect a weapon. So shooting them into the porch position, they're not going to go anywhere. And he's very aware of the hunt and takes down the last player as well. Great awareness from Dennis. He gives Ancient absolutely nothing. Big back on the buy. tabseN has dropped an AWP. And he's picked it up again. Excuse me. Right, then we'll see what Ancient can do now, if they can turn things around. 4 M4s, the AWP for Draken. Spots the elbow of tabseN. That's enough for a cheeky peek, a cheeky frag at the very beginning of this round. Xantares still activated on Banana, but only good for one frag.
Yeah, he did excellent damage to Doppland, though, as well, which is a problem. They're going to have to play defensively. Fortunately, they did get 2 kills out of it, though. And if you look at the money for Ancient, they really need to win this one. Otherwise, Big are going to force them to eco, and all of a sudden, before you know it, it's a 5-2 scoreline. So that starts to get a little bit scary. So it's a good start for Ancient, but they don't have too much utility to weather the mid to late round, especially as Big are coming up to top mid now. And they may be thinking about going for an execution, but that was almost one for Draken. Unfortunately for him, though, he's going to have to fall back without the kill that he wanted. Big staying 3 strong still on top mids, and Ancient responding with 3 on A for themselves. Comes the push from Big. It's a slow one. They need to find a pick into this bomb site, but Ancient will make it as hard as they possibly can. And they are forced to go for a wrap now. Tizian takes down Freddy B, but there's still 2 on the bomb side here to try to save the day, and Big don't really have the time to go to B.
They stop the pursuit from Arch. Seems they're quietly moving towards that short position, being very careful top mid in case there is a rotation. Ancient unsure of what's going on. 18 seconds, and they still have 1 play towards B and 2 towards the A bomb site. Grux gets taken out. That's a huge frag. Draken can only be good for 1. There's too many people here. Surely they trade the frag. Instant trade, and that is the round, or it should be. Doppland 1 versus 2 was heading towards the site, but decided to turn tail and run. 19 HP 1 versus 2 has a kit, but looks like they don't fancy their chances.
Yeah, the unfortunate thing is for Ancient is that they actually had that round. I think the fact that you get any kind of a peak from Pit, I think at that point, when there's 15 to 18 seconds or whatever it was, you just don't peak. You actually just force them to move on to the bomb site, and because they don't have time to check everything, especially some of the deeper positions. And if they do try to check the deeper positions from the balcony, for example, you hear them drop down. There's no way to avoid that. So you get the sound cue there, and then you know exactly where they are. So I think they didn't have to be quite so aggressive there, but obviously, you know, if they've made one of the kills, the round is over as well. So, you know, you can argue that. Either way, it will be a round for Big, a much needed one. Ancients on the back foot now. And let's not forget they did win Nuke. They would love to close us out 2-0. And here's a beautiful opening there from Draken Seas. Just
he flicks the elbow as well.
A few pixels here of an elbow.
I love that. Commitment. Flick the elbow. Hashtag flick the elbow. Let's start the revolution. Let's get trending on Twitter. Or maybe not. Dopplan has an AK-47. He basically needs to win the round for his team. He's in a very aggressive position. He's had his bell rung through the wall, so he's going to manage to escape of 67, 8 HP, rather. And Grox has a chance, maybe later on, at an AK-47. Draken knows they want to come for that AK, so he's holding the angle, but they will choose to fall back. They have the numbers advantage for now. And I think Draken will, I think Dopplan will still need to do more with his AK. Just like when it's a hero AWP, Dopplan is rotating from A to B. Grox has been taken out in the meantime, but Dopplan's still going to be boosted up towards the B bomb site, so not too nervous, not over-rotating. Big haven't tried to capitalize on that frag towards A. So they'll show some presence towards B and then go quiet. Now, will they group up and go towards A? That seems to be the answer at the moment, 47 seconds. With 3 people towards the B bomb site, I do wonder if one of the more expendable players will have a look-see for Ancient, or if they'll gamble, stack the B bomb site and save if necessary.
Draken is in a sneaky position. Timing has to work out quite perfectly, though, for him to be able to do something with this. And maybe it will. There's one quick frag. Can he find himself another? No, he goes and turns to balcony, and that will be the bomb site taken by Big. Nothing really to stop them at this point. And maybe Ancient can find a frag on the exit, but the way the bomb has been planted, everybody for Big can easily save in pit, even if they take some damage. So that's another important reason why, if you have loads of time and it's very favorable, if you have you can choose where to plant, that's a good spot to do it.
Tried to have erratic timing, he did, but he will still take one in the face. And surely Dopplan wants to hold on to this AK-47 now. He starts to back off. Freddy B will continue to hold presence, which will slow down any kind of hunting. Dopplan should be good to save his AK-47. Big move to 5 rounds, looking to take this to a 3rd map. Ancient with a solid performance on Nuke. Looking to find solidity on Inferno. Not quite there yet, though. They are at the mercy of the Bunsen burner of Big for the time being. See if they can do anything more with that saved AK-47, and if anything will be brought around it. Tactical pause from the likes of Ancient. Some finger pointing from number 6. That is the face of a man who is ready to take this to a 3rd map. Plenty of talking to be done. It's so interesting to see God be listening to someone else just like barking all the orders. We'll see where it takes them. Right, so now we can see the buy of both teams. Pretty solid buy for Ancient, AWP, the 3 M4s, the AK-47 will continue with Dopplan. Ancient with a few more frags now. Will he get greedy again? Doesn't outstay his welcome. Had support there from his teammates if needed, but they'll back off and reset the situation on A.
Yeah, pretty defensive setup again from Ancient. No presence on Banana. Giving up top middle. And Big, they actually aren't pressuring Banana either. That's a complete blind spot for them. If a team does this and they have nothing going on a Banana at all, I mean, right now they will actually have Xantares pushing up there by himself, but for all Big knew, there could have been 2 players set up there, and Xantares would have run into 2 players, and that would not have been a good look. So either way, I have to make the point later, we do have the pressure coming in towards that A bomb site, and Grux will be found in the apartments, and that creates a lot of pressure. And with Xantares having Banana now, Big can go for the play back towards that position. Ancient still not interested in going for an information play. They're really just playing very, very passively here. There'll be no warning. This is a beautiful way to counter that jiggle peeking Xantares knows how to play this position. The smoke will come down, and there's only 5 seconds to go. I think so. That smoke is not going to dissipate until around just under 20 seconds. So if they wait this smoke out, that's going to make life complicated. And there's an incendiary behind the smoke, so it's going to kill even more time here. I don't know if Big can have enough time for this. They're going to go for it regardless, but look, they have to run through the Molotov. That's not ideal.
So is Rusty. That's a beautiful 2K. Freddy's just got to stay alive. He's got no help whatsoever, though. He really just has to stay alive. Look for the bomb planter. Godby with a huge frag. He's the one carrying the bomb, and there is time. Ancient missing that third man by the wall to throw a flashbang because they did have 4 players, and now it's down to Doplan. 1 versus 3, and surely he walks to his doom. Tabson gets tagged, but he's got the AWP. Just 1 shot required from him. 6 rounds for Big, and Ancient are an eco town once again. Most of the players have about $3,500. Maybe Doplan picks something up since he's got 71. Okay, he's going to go for the big AWP drop for his teammate, who can buy Kevlar around it. And Doplan still has money equal to his teammate, so that's a fairly solid buy. Another hero AWP situation for Ancient. Oh, sorry, it was hero AK before. Now it's a hero AWP. So Draken will want to get some kind of early frag for his team. Again, the pistoling players need to stay alive to pick up weapons and swarm later on. But it seems he will be delayed by the harassment from Dennis.
This is working out really well for Big. Solid start for them. Geeks for Ancient. Draken is towards the apartments at this point, but Big are rightly avoiding the apartments. You generally don't want to go there when you're against pistols. It's such a strong position for the pistols. The close ranges can be the great equalizer. And here comes the quick push through the smoke with the flashbang. Eagle comes out to play as well, and that's going to be that. So the AWP will stay on the A-bomb site, and this round is a non-issue for Big. Not too much to say about this one.
Time to save the AWP.
What I will say, though, is that the Ancient have been putting so little pressure on Banana in their buy rounds that it's kind of worrying. They've been giving it for free. Like in the previous gun versus gun round that we saw, so Big didn't do anything towards Banana in the first 30, 40 seconds, and then all of a sudden they decide, all right, Xantares, you just run up there. And he just runs all the way. There could have been anyone. Like they have no information. There could be anyone at any point in that position. Could be someone with an AWP. There could be someone playing the close positions around logs. Like you just don't know at that point. But and so that's all this information that Ancient didn't have, but could have had for free, and they could have punished that play that Big made. And if they would kill Xantares there, then Big are forced to go towards A, and that's again information that Ancient have that's decisive. So in playing so passively, and also by the way, we've seen them play pretty much exactly the same setups almost every round on the B-bomb side. You know, I feel like they need to mix that up. They got to mix it up. They want to find some more success here. So we'll see if they can do that following the next buy. There you go, they got everything, James.
They've got 2 AWPs in a 3-2 setup. And again, Draken going for those aggressive angles, but Freddy B's been taken out by Banana from the AWP of Tabson. So another disastrous start to Banana for Ancient. 5 rounds behind at the moment. An early 4 versus 5 does not bode well for any team. Draken is still holding his angle, but he will reposition to have a look at Boiler from time to time. About to be smoked off. He doesn't really have any support from the short position. They're playing further back, but starting to creep up a little bit, Ancient. Grux now makes his way towards the porch. But Draken's rotating towards B. By the way, he's got flashes if his teammates need them, but he will continue to pursue the B bomb site. And Big look to make presence there with God B. A little pre-fire just in case. Tabson holding an angle with the AWP. Trying to avoid some flashes, and Big will look to invite some grenades and maybe an over-rotation from Ancient should they deploy these grenades.
Yeah, it was pretty smart by Draken to smoke mid and rotate like that. If they don't have any information, they're going to play the back of each side. 2-man setups. Hope for the best. No information at all on what's going on, and Big are going to hit the A-bomb site. It's going to be 5 versus 2. That's going to suck for Disco Doplan and for Rusty, but we'll see what they can do. Rusty, or I should say Grux, sorry, gets the first kill. That's not too bad, but there's more that needs to be had as the rotation begins to come in from Rusty. He's far away, though, just hitting CT spawn now. Another kill from Grux. Absolutely phenomenal play from the pit position between Grux and Disco Doppler. They're saving the round single-handedly here. That's beautiful, and it just continues. Now it's down to tabseN for the clutch, but he's got no time to do this. And there you go, Grux with his 3rd kill. How was that so easy for them, James?
That is a beautiful CT hold, a 2 versus 5 situation. They are able to use the grenades to delay enough to have a 3rd man making his way towards the library, but really it was the job of the 2 players in the pit who took out the entire team. Great start, just didn't have the trade fragging, didn't get deep enough really to make use of a 2nd, 3rd, 4th or 5th man big. That is a really rough round for them, and they may have let Ancient right back into this half. We could see a dramatically different half now with a little bit of a mental boost for Ancient with a performance like that from the pit. That is awesome.
Yeah, and they go for the deep smoke immediately on Banana, so that already should secure them Banana control early in the round, which I think might be the first time in a gun round. They were unlucky in the previous round that tabseN just goes down. Sorry, so tabseN is waiting for the peak on Banana, but here we see Disco Doppler taking down Xantares. Trades on middle looking really phenomenal here. Draken, he gets wrapped there by tabseN. He was so quick up arch, and Rusty had no idea until it was too late. And this goes from bad to worse now with Ready B alone coming up 2nd mid of all places. I mean, he might be good for 1, but there'll still be 3 left after that point. So there's the 1, but his positions be given away, so you just want to go for the save now. And great pacing from Big. Again, they give up Banana at the beginning of the round, and but that's okay if you hit A in that window of time when Ancient are just getting the information, so it's too soon for them to really enact a reaction to it, which would be to cheat a player across or to push the smoke on Banana. Great timing from Big. And you can see that this has been a mainstay for them forever, this map.
Not the rounds that Ancient wanted. They head back towards Eco territory. And just like we saw the Hero AK on Doppler, Hero AWP on Draken, we may see another Hero AK situation. Godby just knowing your angles. So you can see beyond the smoke, he can see the line of the building above the smoke, and that's how he lines up that position. Pretty simple stuff, but you've got to have the game sense to go for the spray in the first place, and that's where experience can take you. We have a tactical pause from Ancient. You can see the body language starting to get a little negative now. It has been a horrible half for them. Full of failure. Now, I expect we might see the odd pistol around the AK-47. Maybe smoke grenades to try and put Big into a bad situation. But easier said than done, it seems, on Inferno. Big seems to have finally found some comfort in this tournament. It has been difficult so far. Actually, they're going to have plenty of money to have a really nice force around it. Draken, though, has a scout rather than an AWP. On Inferno, that might not be the easiest task, although he's looking down mid for the time being, as Big focus on Banana.
Yeah, it's going to be, once again, another round where Ancient are having to play very defensive on and passively on this B-bomb side, which has never really gone too well for them, given the score where it is. And you know, once again, we just see the same setups all the time as well. Although actually, as I say that, Freddie B is playing a little bit further out. He's not jiggling the corner, and Rusty's playing within there next to the off angle that he's taking. So a slight difference, but ultimately, it's going to come down to hitting the shots. There's the 1v1 that he takes against Xantares and wins. Xantares has been eerily dangerous on this Inferno game. He's so quiet on the other maps, but he's been lighting things up here. He's really, I mean, he gave Big the leads, in the early stages, which allowed them to then convert even more as they got that momentum. Draken stuck behind smoke again. Oh, nice. It's a shot there. Good to smoke. That's Dennis very weak. He's going to be lurking towards Arch. Here comes a push in towards B. Freddie B going for the jiggling, and there's a smoke as well. Again, look at the timing on that smoke. About 30 seconds.
They have another smoke as well.
Yeah, that should be a wrap here for Big. They're going to have to run through the smokes.
Here comes the variance. Rusty gets taken out in the pool position, but he still has his teammate there. And we have a wrap from CT. All the spray will just about allow them to plant the bomb, and Freddy B and Draken are going to get wiped out. So it looks really bad, I mean, for Big, but somehow they've managed to turn it around. I think we saw, I want to say at Blast, we saw Daps in a position on the CT side where he was in pool when the smoke was up, but he was kind of in the middle of the smoke because he was trying to avoid getting sprayed in the usual places where you might expect someone to be. So it can be dangerous to be standing in the corner, although pretty much everywhere is dangerous. And I feel like that should have been worse for Big.
Yeah, that should have been the round over. But I mean, we'd have to like replay it to see exactly, because I don't recall where the position the first player died in of the two. But yeah, when you drop 2 smokes and there's 15 to 20 seconds left, and you got 2 players on the B-bomb side, that
should be winning that round.
Yeah, there shouldn't be a case where the other side wins that round. Also, Dennis was able to, I think it was Dennis, who was able to sneak through Arch and get all the way to a flank on Draken, which is not optimal either. Props to Dennis, though, for being so sneaky as to do that, especially on 10 HP or whatever he was on working with. So 9-3, Big really crushing on this T side. Ancient, they just can't find their feet at all, and I don't think we've really seen any sort of, they have not been able to find ways to take initiative either. Well, Draken might try to find a timing to go for this. He's going to hit the running. There's the Incendiary. He's going to play it smart and play it passively. You don't want to die or risk everything at the beginning of the round when there's no one to trade you. Just good upline with the typical off angle there towards the porch position. And straight through the smoke. Flashbang, not really doing what it was supposed to do there. And Ancient start off with a one-man lead.
It seems the flash was too deep for the CT's position. Tizian's pretty deep. Molotov will concede his position. Doppler drop the smoke. How does he reposition? Off angle, awkward angle for the T's to deal with. Try and deal with him. Going to be exposed to a crossfire, and I'm sure Big will be aware that that's a very highly likely possibility. So they have control of top mid Big. Now, they don't really have any established control of Banana for the time being, but they do have just under a minute on the clock. More smokes will be deployed. There are still crossfires for the CT side. Godby is surely doomed with 14 HP, unless the timing is perfect for Big. They're all here. 3 players coming up the short position. 40 seconds to deal with these players. Draken goes into the smoke. Doppler gets taken out with no crossfire. There is a response. Plenty of trades, and Grux will continue, leaving Xantares in a 1 versus 3. The cavalry are coming. Grux just needs to survive. There's Rusty, and an instant trade from Grux will give Ancient their 4th round.
Yeah, much needed 4th round. This game is still absolutely winnable, especially if they can get the remaining rounds in this half. What are Big going to do next? I feel like, Big have not really been doing anything out of the ordinary, though. As I mentioned before this map started, Inferno is all about running defaults and taking map control and so on. And, the way that you fight against that and slow the round down and get kills and so on as the CTs is typically through Banana aggression. Doesn't always have to be, but generally you want to make sure that the CT side does not have full information, which is what their game plan is all about. But another round where Ancient going to give up Banana completely, and playing very similar positions once again. Except Rusty's on the corner instead of Freddy B.
And he's won a duel versus Xantares with a French gun. Deserves a star for that. Definitely an MVP if they win this round. Draken makes his way towards the B bomb site. Will he be there in time for a flashbang? Perhaps not. Freddy B getting taken out. Tizian makes his way onto the B bomb site. Ancient have control of the construction position. Now they need more rotation. They've sometimes been late on the rotation, looking for really confirmed info, basically. They have a lot of flashbangs to work with. There's a Molotov. They've got a smoke for Banana. There are 2 kits on the 4 players. They're all here now. But Dennis creeping in the smoke. How brave is he feeling? Will he make his way to the tree position? Oh, there's going to be a boost, a cheeky boost on the wrong side. And surely Grux is done for.
Yeah, this position is so nuts. Godby has a lot of information. Dennis will take down one towards construction, and he serves as a bait for Godby, who easily takes down Grux, and Big are going to absolutely crush this one. And I got to say, I feel like Ancient were asking for it, James. They keep playing this setup where they're just sitting in off angles towards Paul, and Big have seen that so many rounds. And so what is the solution if the CTs are playing as two and just peeking, you know, these angles like that? Well, you just trade them. You get a 5 versus 2, and then they lose the side immediately because they don't get to use their utility, so they can't slow you down, and then the round's over. And that's something that's happened more than once, and they're doing that with their FAMAS as well. You know, it's just like if you had an AWP, sure, but we've never seen that. So,
yeah.
And Draken's never been to Banana either with an AWP.
He's had a scout in too many rounds. It's just not what he needs. Rusty trying to find what Ancient need with a play with the MP9. How on earth did he get there? Did he teleport? 4 versus 4. Double MP9 persists for Ancient. This is a horrible round in terms of equipment for them. And Freddy B is in desperate need of help. He's alone towards the B bomb site, and that smoke won't last forever. It's already rendered in redundant with Dennis looking over the top. Smokes of Big's own. Is there even a flash for his... Yeah, Rusty's by the well with a flashbang, but will it come in time? Draken looking to make a play for the smoke, looking away as the flash comes in, spots a target, a slow poke in the face, and there's a nice tag onto God B through the smoke as well. Beautiful stuff from Draken, running distraction while Freddy B drops the bomb. 4 versus 2 for Ancient, despite all their problems. They're winning with pots and pans, and that is a much-needed 5th round for them at half-time.
Very, very true, James, but a lot left to be desired here for Ancient in this second half. Big look like they're set up for map 2. We'll have to find out after the break.
I love this music at halftime. It's awesome. Credit to StarLadder for that. Kind of want a playlist, quite nice to jam to. In the few minutes between half 1 and half number 2. Speaking of number 2, can it be turned around for Ancient in this second half, or are Big going to storm to a third map? Thus 2 would be a decider, should it go that far. Now we have some high spirits in the Big camp after a good first half.
Yeah, I think you know, Big are set up so well to win this map now. It's going to be enormously disappointing if they can't do it. You can see Godby's pretty fired up because he knows that, and he also knows that, you know, given how Ancient were playing their CT side, that Big are by far the better Inferno team. There was a lot of mistakes with how they played their CT side, and they need to, if they just watch some demos of the top tier Counter-Strike, I think they'll be able to easily fix them. So. Either way, they got some rounds. So, I mean, there is the case that if they can get the pistol and just have a game where your individuals are just firing off, there's always a way. But the issue with what I saw in the first half from Ancient means it almost feels like they're not going to be as drilled as you need to be on this map, because you have to have your defaults. Your team play and utility usage has to be really solid, and your communication to play a good T-side Inferno. So we'll see if they can do that. And here comes the pistol. And if they win it and get the, you know, convert on it correctly, they're only 2 rounds behind. So tabseN will find some jewels here towards Banana, and that will be tabseN picking up the kill towards Rusty. That HE might do some damage. No, it looks like Freddy B will be out of harm's way. They'll be moving towards the top mid position now, where Xantares and God B are waiting.
Some counter grenades for Big to use. Will they come in time though? Apparently not. Through the choke point are Ancient, and they've got the numbers advantage as well. Gobby trying to get those 1v1s. He will, but he won't win it. Headshot to the face. Well, obviously, kind of self-explanatory there. Anyway, Tizian's rotating back towards the B bomb site. He's got 3 players to deal with on that side. And maybe Freddy B flanks. Maybe he waits for the rotation. There's a nice 1v1. Can he get more? He can't. 3v2 for Ancient. They have great position across the map, although Freddy B's position is known, but he's still delaying these CTs on the rotation. I don't know if there's a kit for them to collect. Freddy B will collect a shot to the face, and it's a 2v2.
Yeah, you got problems when Xantares is feeling it, and it seems like he's come alive here. He is storming towards that B bomb site with full HP, and Dennis at his back as well. And quick flashbang out there, that's beautiful. I think he got Grux blinded as well, though, unfortunately. And Xantares will eat up another one as Grux takes down Dennis, and now it's time to play Ring Around a Rosie as Xantares has to chase Grux, and he's going to threaten the defuse there, but he hasn't got a kit, but that's not something that Grux knows, and Xantares is incredible. He doesn't have time, though. That is quite unfortunate. Well played to the remainder of Ancient to waste enough of Xantares' time, because if you can't kill him, at least you've got the bomb that can, he can't defuse or has no time to do, or to get the defuse. So that will be the first round for Ancient, but they need to keep this going. And with Xantares looking as deadly as this, I don't know, man. It's going to be extremely tough. I think he instantly bought a FAMAS as well. So they are going to go for a pretty... This is a scary force buy, honestly, on a map like this. And especially if Ancient don't have as much routine.
Yeah, even with tabseN as a new in-game leader, I think they have the structure that Gobby puts in place in the first place to be able to use these smokes efficiently and try to punish Ancient for making unforced errors. There was a slight opportunity there, heading towards the banana position, and it seems Ancient are trying to pressure Big before they can really get these counter grenades up. Now, one smoke is up early. tabseN's lucky to be alive, and he has a very... I mean, that smoke he's holding is worth a hell of a lot of money. And with 6 HP, he will want to be able to deploy that. Ancient now, after a fast start, looking for an opportunity to push into B, will start to slow down. And they will be at the mercy of these smoke grenades for a time. There are 3 remaining for Big to use. There goes another one. Oh, the HE behind it. Oh, it would have been so juicy.
It's too late. The HE hasn't been boosted up. Indeed, that 6 HP is not great, but he's likely in that position going to be able to get a few shots off before he gets spotted. He actually falls off the boost. Oh well. Ancient looking ready to bombard the B-bomb site. I do like this from Ancient. I think they've approached this round fairly well, but they just have to trade out the kills now and use the... They don't actually have any utility remaining, so they don't have Molotovs, but it looks like it will be okay. Almost a line up. tabseN gets himself one as he uses the patience as much as possible. He just didn't have enough time, and Xantares, will that actually find somebody? He's not going to throw the nade over the top. He's got an AK-47, James. Oh, no! What was that?
Days! He doesn't even realize he killed both of them. He's got no idea. He's like, what? They're both dead? Oh, my days. I've just won the round. Too much power. He had no idea. He just deleted both of them at once. They took so long to plant a bomb after clearing the bomb site. They allowed the rotation. Before they started pushing, they did start to creep the 2 men on the A bomb site. They started to creep towards the banana position. And Xantares deletes. Xantares erases, tearing the pages of history. Their names will never be known.
It's pretty rough. You almost expect him to win this. Oh, my God.
He's like, what? What?
Oh, my God. That is such a weird spot to get a double from as well. And that you could see it in the camp of Ancient. They were not impressed by that. They were looked so deflated after that one. Oh, Tizian spots a lot, and he's completely blind. Good work there. But the trades out from tabseN, the spray down is so strong. He will get taken out though. So it is a 2 versus 3, and they have time to get the bomb planted. Not too much time though. We can see Dennis is already in construction. They need to get a move on with that bomb plant. Freddy B's picked up tabseN's M4. And it might all be on him at this point. Draken's so weak. He has a smoke. He can re-smoke something. Oh, he smoked banana. Unfortunately, they don't know it, but there's no one coming from banana.
It got B through the smoke with the auto shotty and a flashbang. Dennis gets taken out. Now things get really difficult. Xantares has to do everything because Gobby doesn't have the range unless he finds Draken. So far, so good. Xantares is blind, but Freddie B's not peeking just yet. He finds the shotgun, but now it's him versus Xantares. Xantares wins the duel, but where's the kit? Is there time? I think there might be. An expensive round for Big, but ooh, I'm not sure. It's going to be a close one. All he can do is hold the E button. Oh, that was pretty damn close. But it is another round in a bag for Big, and they move to double the score of their opponent, Ancients.
Yeah, what a blessing Xantares has been for Big in this Inferno game. Ancient, though, you have to force buy into this one. You got the bomb down, you got that loss bonus accruing. You're going to have a stronger buy, basically, than your opponents. Well, as strong. I mean, honestly, you know, heading that B-bomb side again wouldn't be a bad shout. But looks like they'll play it slow. Just Freddie B keeping tabs on Banana, throwing the deep molly to at least ensure that the CTs can't quickly push. And you have somebody there that can have the information if they do push. And the creep, they're going to go for a balcony pop here. So Freddie B's got that one flashbang from top mid. That's there to deal with God B, and Rusty, he wants to make sure that this counts here. They don't want to waste the timing, and they'll go through the incendiary. That's smart work, and it's going to work out. But Dennis, the precision on the M4 is fantastic. Xantares only gets more powerful as he will take down Grux, and he has stopped this push in his tracks. It had some momentum, it had legs behind it, but he swept those legs, and he's going to be sweeping even Tizius. It doesn't matter who you are. If you get in his way, you're going to die.
I wouldn't even mind that as a teammate. If he's popping heads, even if it's my head, as long as he's popping the heads. Freddie B through the corner of the wall, but he may not be so lucky against Xantares. Poor timing for him trying to pick something up. What he picks up was hot lead. 13 rounds for Big. Dust 2 now in their sights. No longer a mirage. But there's still some more work to do. Ancient looking somewhat dejected. Draken looking very frustrated and maybe thirsty as well.
It honestly just seems like this is really not their map. It really just seems like it's like one of those spots where in the veto you know you're going to lose a map, like way ahead of time, especially when you're running into Big, considering that that's like their home map. So here we go. Oh, not a bad shot from Draken.
He's mad.
Gets himself a deke. Now I think Xantares he's looking pretty ready to stop this. Trying to get rid of the gun there, shooting it across. Xantares playing the off angle, trying to get on the wooden pallets, trying to elevate himself. Freddie B is trying to challenge up Banana as well with Rusty, but it's not going to go all that well for them.
Oh, timing. I don't expect much here for Ancient. Even if they get another kill. It's all about rounds at this point. Draken, oh, he got stuck trying to jump out. Second attempt was too late. Gobby will punish him for it. I don't know if Grux is close to this AK. I think he's walking towards it now as the last man standing for the team. Sorry, the rifle. He will ring the bell, but he will get one in the face as well. 14-6 for Big. Ancient should be back on the buy now, about $5,000 per person. But is it too late to turn this around? 23 frags for Xantares. That's what you want to see. That's where you want him to be on the scoreboard, at the very top. That's the level of skill he's got.
Looks like it's an inevitability now. As we get the tactical. Yeah, look at that frustration oozing off of Draken. So frustrated he has a headache now. It's not a bad shot.
If you're oozing, see a doctor. But call in advance, hazmats may be required.
Even when there was, they were playing like a very contested nuke game, they still look so much more in, in good spirits. I think it's so telling. Here comes the aggression on Banana. This is what should have been done by Ancient on their T side. Rusty will defend it though, and looks like there's no follow-up behind that from Tabson, though Xantares is also there to back it up. Don't want to be running into Xantares and Tabson when they both have AK-47s, really, so perhaps it is best to just give this one up.
Big will re-aggress with another Molotov. The counter flash will force him away, and Ancient make inroads, but they're lining up to take a ticket from Xantares, which is not the kind of ticket you want. Running out of bullets now, but he's got his teammate there in tow. Got to be careful about punishing a reload at close quarters because it could be a bait. Beautiful shot from Dennis. He falls on his sword, but position is still held. However, 3 players remain for Big, and there's a minute on the clock for Ancient to play with. They have the bomb. There are 2 players top mid, not giving sound cues away. We see a rotation towards Library, and Tabson may get a lot of information pretty soon. But will he get the frags? He won't. Taken out. He doesn't see the bomb on the radar either. The bomb's an apartment, so he does not have complete information for his team.
Got B ready, and this elevated position almost good for a 6 HP, 8 HP. So weak, the Ancient players, but Xantares is so out of position, and he is a bit tagged up himself. And against the Krieg in the AK, he's going to have a lot of trouble here. They can just play a crossfire setup, and Xantares shouldn't really be able to win this. It should be made too difficult for him. You can see the setup between the pit and the side itself. Here he goes. He'll try to do what he can. See if he can punish a mistake, should there be one made. And, oh god, where's the trade? He thinks it's on the bomb site, but he'll get shot in the back, trying to predict it, and it will be the round for Ancient.
In the back.
I have to say, I was wondering why Dennis came over towards Banana, because they went aggressive on Banana. They knew no one was pushing it. Then they saw some more players, but Tabson and Xantares were still alive. They were still holding on to top Banana, and there wasn't really that much pressure. But then Dennis comes in as the 3rd man, and that completely gives up all the map control towards the A side of the map. So then they have to creep towards Arch, not knowing if it's safe or not, and that gives all the time in the world for Ancient to take the A side. So I'm not sure about that rotation.
Big will stack the B bomb site. Oh, they're going for the pool stack, the motorcade stack. Marvelous.
Classic.
Now let's see how this one plays out. I wasn't paying attention to utility. I don't know if he came over for a particular grenade he may have had, or if there was a misread of the situation or something like that. Stand on head. Has anyone ever stood on your shoulders?
No.
Have you ever been a cheerleader?
No.
No? Ancient playing it slow. Not shy for a slow T round, as we saw on Nuke and we see here. Not too far up on Banana, which is good because, of course, from that coffin position, you can have those pop flashes for an aggression on Banana. So they will simply spot a distant flash towards A will be heard by Big, but they won't move. The motorcade display will stay in situ. Smokes will be deployed. 1 player facing the wall in case a flashbang comes through. But Ancient have abandoned the Banana position. The bomb's been collected and taken towards A. We have a wall of smoke to isolate any players. If there was some kind of setup towards the A bomb site, it would split the CTs, potentially at the very least. So that's pretty cool from Ancient. And they will thoroughly clear the area, make sure all the floors are bleached before planting the bomb. 20 seconds, I think you can plant now. And Draken will get some sound cues. He's looking to make some money with his shotgun. He's got an off angle 1, 2. Looking for the 3rd one. Meat shots, baby. Everybody taken to the butchers.
That's that like wry grin as he just annihilates you with an auto shotgun was beautiful. Oh, there's so much money, James. Do the math. Do the math.
It's 3,600, I think. It's 900 per kill. 14 to 8. The deficit's not that bad now. Obviously, Big don't need to win that many rounds, but this is recoverable. That's just nice, isn't it? It's a nice mental boost. Get some ego in there. Just blasting people with shotguns like it's Soldier of Fortune. Despite all that money made, Grux will have a Galil for this round, but there will be full utility for the entire Ancient squad.
Flash is coming in, preventing Draken from really doing anything with the AWP, which is good. And that will allow Big to retake this. They have 3 players there still for the nades. Look at them. Oh my god, there's so many nades coming in. And this is the kind of pressure and presence on Banana that we didn't see from Ancient. I just need to highlight that because Big are doing what is pretty standard on the CT side. And there's a reason you do it. Now Ancient can't go towards B at this point, and if they do, it's known about, and here comes a rotation. Everyone's there. Nice shot from Dennis with the AWP. What other flicks does he have to offer? It doesn't seem like much else, but Xantares is going to stand his ground. Gets himself 3 kills, picks up the AWP, looking for the last one, and there's just nothing Draken can do. His teammates needed to get him into position, but they couldn't get there because Xantares. Xantares has to have like 30 kills already by this point. He's got to be up there. If you consider that there's only been 16 rounds, that's not bad.
It's been 22 rounds.
22 rounds. Well, sorry, I don't know why I said that. I'm very jet-lagged, James. I'm gonna hide behind the jet lag.
I don't even see the number 16 on the screen anywhere.
That's why I asked you to do the maths earlier.
Draken will fall back with 20 seconds to go. All he can do is save the AWP. His team should have the money to buy in the next round. So at least there is that.
This is such a fail.
He will
on my part
have to fall back into T-spawn and hold on to what he has. Big. Yeah. Well, they look to be moving into a third map with confidence, with momentum.
Yeah. It should be much more even footing as well for the third map. Dust 2 is, I think, it's a pretty good look for both teams, honestly.
I think I saw 28 frags there for Xantares.
28.
Pretty solid stuff. That's what you want to see from him every game. Every game. Every single game. We know he's capable of it.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? That's the thing, is that it tells you a lot knowing if he's able to do crazy things on one lineup and then switches lineup and then is struggling. There's a reason for that, and it can take many forms. Could be just a mismatch of personalities. That's always one as well, or like a team culture that doesn't make sense, or it could be that on Space Soldiers because they're all Turkish. It's maybe he you have that camaraderie that allows him to feel more a part of the team. Maybe that is better for him as well. Like there's so many different things you can go to. I mean, we talked about the roles in the game itself and players and so on and so forth. But if you dismiss all those points, we get back into the action. We'll see that Ancient are looking to wait out the utility of Big towards Banana, but you can see they're hanging out around the bottom of Banana, so that would suggest that they are thinking about keeping things honest. And there's a deep smoke from Big, so there's two ways to handle that. You ignore it, or you try to disrespect it, flash through it, and just try to call the bluff if Big only have one man there, which often can be the case.
Well-timed Molotov will delay Ancient from taking top of mid, but Big can do no more to contest it from their positions because they've fallen back. They will defend the site instead. They've got a good crossfire, potentially. That may in part have to do with the execute of Ancient, should one come in. That is a painful smoke on the arch position. No presence on Banana from Ancient, as one can see. But Big will keep 2 players towards the B-bomb site.
Yeah, I was going to say, they have Tizian spotting here. They don't need to do that. There's no reason to have 2 people on the Banana at this point. Unless Tizian doesn't have any way to slow them down. He's got a smoke and a molly, so Tizian can slow them down forever. And they will eventually rotate a player back.
This is coming way too slow. He's missed 3 people, got the arch position, way too slow. But Grux has been dropped with the bomb in tow. Dennis has got a lot of information despite not getting a frag there. Still a man advantage for Big, and they've got 3 players around the A-bomb site. Make it 2 as Xantares gets cut to pieces. 3v3 retake, arch and short taken by Big, as Tizian rotates into the apartments. So there is a chance here.
Absolutely, it'll be tough, but definitely a chance. There is actually an incendiary. That could be really money, but never mind. The shots will go the way of Ancient, as it's now just Tizian left, and he'll have to fall back. And this is kind of a weird one for me, James, as well, because again, like Big, there's no reason for them to actually have 2 players towards Banana when Tizian has a smoke and a molly and has a jump spot peak position all the way down the bottom of Banana, and then in doing so they have a guy that's kind of redundant on the map, and that means that they don't feel strong enough towards Arch, so they give up Arch completely and play so passively that then Ancient get a free wrap onto the A-bomb site and get a favorable attack on there. So it seems a bit odd to, like, because at that rate, why bother investing in pushing Banana and having that map control if you don't take advantage of it? Why, James? Tell me why.
Don't sing, please. Big are on eco. Tizian has an M4. Everybody else has pistols. So we'll see what Tizian chooses to do. When the shoe was on the other foot, we saw Doppland, Draken on the Ancient side try to get aggressive with their 1 rifle and try and do something. But Tizian's going to fall back to the back of the B bomb site, it seems. So rather than try and get an early advantage or something, they will hope to do some damage and probably die on their swords should a push come in. In the meantime, we have a bunch of USPs and a P250, so there's not much for Big to really do in this situation. I like this angle, though, from Big. But as Ancient try to run in, obviously the first player in will often just be willing to take that bullet. Maybe hard to get multi-frags from this position. But he has got a choice to quickly boost up. So this has been thought about. And here come the grenades. A Molotov towards the new box. He's crouching first, takes out Rusty, spots some more players, repositions. He's got two, and now he's looking to buy time for his teammates. Dropping the smoke grenade. Is he going to have the spray down? Freddy B down to 8 HP. Tizian's doing far too much damage than is reasonable in this situation. He's still alive, and he has a rotation of 3 players as he finally goes down. Lovely frags from Freddy B, and Dennis remains with 14 HP. Colossal damage from Big, more than is reasonable in this situation, and Dennis is still in with a shout. Creeping. He can't be seen in this position until he stands. The bomb's being planted. He sees Doppler, and it's a free kill for him, and Freddy beats him in red. That's a ridiculous way to win a map. Absolutely ridiculous. Big with a monstrous performance on Inferno, taking it to dust too.
Not like this, with a USP. Oh my god, when he got to pull, I was just like, oh no. And they have to plant the bomb still. This is guaranteed. That is so depressing for Ancient. I mean, but they just need to close the book on that one. It was clearly not their map. I think there was a lot of the fundamentals of Inferno that were just completely missing for Ancient. And even though Big did make some mistakes, they still were winning convincingly. Although it was with thanks to Xantares. Honestly, if Xantares wasn't playing so